Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Kirti Chabra, Assistant Professor, BPT Department. Today, I'm going to tell you about the group therapy in athletes. So, the warm up exercises are crucial to any sports or fitness training program. The importance of structured warm up routine should not be underestimated when it comes to preventing the sports injury. A proper warm-up has a number of very important key elements. These elements or parts should all work together to minimize the likelihood of sports injury from physical activity. There are four key elements or parts which should be included to ensure an effective and complete warm-up. They are the journal warm-up, the static stretching, the sport-specific warm-up, and dynamic stretching. So first we have the journal warm-up. It should consist of light physical activity like walking, jogging, easy swimming, stationary bike, skipping or easy aerobics. Intensity and duration of journal warm-up or how hard or how long should be governed by the fitness level of the participating athlete. Although a correct journal warm-up for the average person should take about 5 to 10 minutes and result in a light sweat, the aim of the journal warm-up is simply to elevate the heart rate, respiratory rate. This in turn increases the blood flow and helps with the transportation of oxygen and nutrients to the working muscles. This also helps increase the muscle temperature, allowing for more effective static stretch, which brings us to part 2. So next we have the static stretching. It is very safe and effective form of basic stretching. There is limited threat of injury and extremely beneficial for overall flexibility. And during this part of the warm-up, static stretching should include all the major muscle groups, and this entire part should last for about 5 to 10 minutes. Sport-specific warm-up. With the first two parts of the warm-up carried out thoroughly and correctly, it is now safe to move into the third part of an effective warm-up. In this part, the athlete is specifically preparing the body for demands of the particular sport. So during this part of the warm-up, more vigorous activity should be employed. Activity should reflect the type of movement and actions which will be required during the sporting event. And last we have the dynamic stretching. A correct warm-up should finish with the series of dynamic stretches. However, this form of stretching carries with a high risk of injury if used incorrectly. It should really only be used under the supervision of a professional sport coach or trainer, and it is more muscular conditioning rather than flexibility, and is really only suited for professional, well-trained, highly conditioned athletes, and it should only be used after a high level of journal flexibility has been established. And this kind of stretching involves a controlled soft bounce or swinging motion to force a particular body part past its usual range of movement. The force of the bounce or swing is gradually increased but should never become radical or uncontrolled. During this last part of an effective warm-up, it is also important to keep the dynamic stretches specific to the athlete's particular sport. This is the final part of the warm-up and should result in the athlete reaching a physical or mental peak. At this point, the athlete is most prepared for the rigors of the sport activity. Thank you.